Hey guys, welcome. Today I'm going to give you 8 things that you need to know about Filipino women. So if you're ready, let's get started. So I decided to make this video because I always get a question from my viewers about Filipino women. Maybe some of you are just curious to know and want to know more about Filipino women, or maybe you're planning to date one in the future, so you just want to know what to expect. So I hope this video is going to be helpful, and I hope you guys will enjoy this video for today. Number one, Filipina women is very jealous person. Yes, and I think it's not a bad thing. I think it is a good thing if your Filipina gets jealous. That's one way to know if your Filipina is really into you, if she gets jealous, because if your Filipina don't get jealous, there's something you have to be concerned about, because most Filipina, they do get jealous if they are really into their partner. Yes, it is very normal for a Filipina. And I think it is very important not to react in a bad way if your Filipina gets jealous, not to judge her right away, because especially if you're new in a relationship, I think it is normal sometimes to feel jealous, especially being with a foreigner that living in the Philippines. There's a lot of beautiful women out here and most Filipina, they do feel threatened because they feel like they are not good enough for you and this and that, because there's a lot of competition out here, and so they do get jealous, especially if you are in a new relationship. Usually Filipina, they don't feel secure enough, and when me and Gary are just new in a relationship, I usually gets jealous. Like if we're gonna go in a shopping mall, if there's a beautiful Filipina that is about to pass us, I feel like I wanna cover his eyes, because I don't feel that time, I don't feel secure in our relationship. Yeah, so now we've been together for over 5 years, like 5.5 years. Now I feel confident enough. I don't get jealous if Gary look at beautiful girls anymore, because as I said, I feel confident enough in our relationship. How would you deal if your Filipina do gets jealous? I think number one, you have to be patient, and number two, you have to just understand how she feel. I think you have to make her understand that she is the most beautiful girl in your eyes, and just help her to boost her confidence. Make her feel that she's good enough for you and this and that, because you will get into the point like me and Gary, like us, that where jealousy doesn't exist anymore, because you feel good enough, or you feel confident enough about your relationship, or you feel secure enough with your relationship, so she won't get jealous anymore. So if you're new in a relationship, just be patient with your Filipina. Number two, Filipino women are mostly insecure about themselves, especially those Filipina that have darker skin like me, with flat nose and big eyes. I think it's not that we are not beautiful. I think it's the society, it's the people around us that they make us feel that we're not beautiful because of our skin, because of our nose, because of our eyes, and this and that. you know that's why when you see the Philippine celebrity, they more lighter skin. Most of them have pointed nose and chinita eyes, because they do prefer that. And even when it comes to dating local guys, like me, honestly, I do feel invisible back when I was dating. I feel invisible when it comes to local guys, because they have their own standards when it comes to Filipino women. They do prefer taller girls, pointed nose, and lighter skin. They do prefer that. And so Filipina that have this beauty like me, I do feel insecure about myself because of that. And I just feel good about myself since I date my husband. And I think he helps me to boost my confidence. That's the start where I embrace all my flaws about myself. That's why Filipina that have a beauty like this go for a foreign or Western guys, because Western guys do appreciate our beauty. And so I think that's one of the reasons why Filipina do get jealous, because they don't feel beautiful enough. It's not because their partner doing something that's why they get jealous. It's more likely because Filipina, they do have a lot of insecurities about themselves. So that's one thing that you have to be aware about, and to make her feel good about themselves, and to support them. Understand you, Filipina, if she gets jealous, because it's more likely because she doesn't have a confidence about herself. So number three, Filipino women are very sensitive, and I think this is very important for foreign guys to be aware that Filipino are very sensitive, because some foreigners, they are very, they can be very straightforward and very honest, and they're not aware that that can offend a Filipina. And maybe for you, it is just normal to say those things, but for Filipina, it's not. And Gary always get in trouble because of this, of me being sensitive. And I think most Filipina are, and that's why I include this in my list, because this is very important when you are going to talk to your Filipina, to be mindful and to be careful what kind of word you're going to say, because that can lead into tampo, number four. Tampo, yes, Filipina, we do have this thing called tampo, that where when you say things that that can offend us, and you'll be surprised your Filipina just ignore you for minutes. Maybe sometimes it can also tampo that can also last for hours, and sometimes there's a Filipina that would even last for days. And so that's why you have to be careful how you approach and how you talk to your Filipina, because they are very sensitive and can lead into tampo. In tampo, some guys think it is a good thing when your Filipina is in tampo, because when they are in their tampo, they usually very quiet, and that's a silent treatment. So some guys, they do enjoy that because they have peace. But how would you deal if your Filipina is in tampo? Just leave her for a while. If your Filipina are in tampo, they usually don't want to talk to you. So if you're going to try to communicate with her, she would usually like rah, 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 and you both will like get into big arguments. It's better to give her some time to let her just get over it, and maybe you can. That's a good. You can take advantage of that time to watch movie or do something. Alone, so you can have peace, enjoy that peace. Number five, Filipino women are people pleaser. What that means is Filipina always want to please everyone. They always want to do nice things to others. They don't want to disappoint people, and they care too much about other people would think about them. And I think that's one of the reasons why most Filipina are people pleaser, because they care so much about what other people would think about them. And I will have to be honest, I used to be like that. That's why I hate to disappoint people when when they ask me something. I just want to do it because I don't want to disappoint them. I don't want them to think that I am this and that. I just want people to think I am I'm kind, I'm a good person in this and that. I used to think that way, but as I get older, I realize it's not always good to be pleasing everyone. You can't please everyone, that's the saying. And I realize that it's always not good to be nice. I think it's good to be kind to other people, but you have to have balance, because when you are when you're too nice, people see weakness in you. You know what I mean? And they most likely wanna take advantage of you because they see weakness in you. They see the opportunity to take advantage because they know that you can't say no. And that's me before. I can't say no to other people, especially when it comes to my family, to my friends. But as I get older, I realize you can't please everyone. And I follow, usually before I follow this, but now I usually follow this. Number 6, Filipino women do lie a lot. Yes, we do lie a lot. And I am guilty about this because when me and Gary we're new in our relationship, we're just trying to get to know each other, I do lie a lot. And one of the worst lie I lie to Gary is my age. I don't regret I lie about my age because you know, if I told him that I was only 18 when we are, just met, I don't think he would pursue me because I think 18 is just too young, you know. Again, I'm not trying to justify that lying is good. I think it's very bad. Now I know that. So, but back then, I just I just feel like I don't have a choice, so I did lie because, as I mentioned that already, I don't think we would be here together now if I told him that I was only 18. So, yeah, I lie about my age. I said I was 21, but I was 18. And I also receive comments from viewers, they telling me how much their Filipina lie in this and that, and sometimes it can get frustrating, but the Filipina usually lie in a new relationship because it's more likely they're just scared. Maybe if they tell the truth, you would leave her in this and that. And sometimes Filipina do have a good reason why they lie. And sometimes Filipina are just not very confrontation and they don't want to argue. That's why just to end the argument, they just make a lie. Because most Filipina, they're not usually very honest. Like they don't want to hurt your feelings, so sometimes they would lie. So if your Filipina lie to you, just don't judge her right away. Don't break up with her because she lie about one simple stuff to you. Just let her to explain herself because me and Gary, we've been together for a long time now. I don't lie to him now because I feel secure enough with our relationship that I don't have to hide anything because I know that we always can talk things out, so I don't need to lie to him. So it's very important to be patient with your Filipina and have an open conversation with her. Number 7, Filipino women are very committed when it comes to relationship. And usually Filipina, when they found the one, when they get very, attached to you already, when she already feels in love with you, Filipina normally would give everything and be loyal, faithful, and very devoted to you. And I think I read it somewhere. Where is the most loyal partners in the world? And the top 10, yeah, the Philippines is one of the top 10. And yeah, there you go. And I can tell you that Filipina are very loyal. When they get into relationship, they usually just focus on one. And also Filipina is not just faithful and loyal and devoted to their partner. They can be very devoted also to their family and to their friends. Number 8, this is the last one. Filipino women, they don't plan ahead. Not just Filipino people. Most Filipino people, they don't plan ahead. That's why you heard they called Philippine time, because we do have the here in the Philippines, we do have Philippine time. Like, I think it is very important for Western people to understand about this, because there is some Western guy that just don't understand the Philippine time. And sometimes it can go wrong. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, if you're going to a date with a Filipina, so if you're planning to see her like in probably 7 evening for dinner, and she didn't come until she was late for, like, let's say 30 minutes, and for you it's too much to wait, and so you get pissed off and you just go home and never said anything to her again, because for you it is very disrespectful and this and that. I totally understand that. I do feel that way now that I understand. I think I am adapting the Western mindset when it comes to time and schedule. So when my fellow Filipinos would do that to me, I usually get irritated. But again, I realize it's just the Philippine thing, you know. As much as I want to change that, but it would be hard because it's just how the Philippines work. And also when it comes to uh, financially, like Western guys, it is normal for you guys, for Western people, to plan ahead, like to have 6 months or a year survival, because anything could happen, and you would, you think far, very far ahead when you compare it to Filipino. Also, Filipina are very contented. Most Filipinas are very contented in life, so usually they don't dream that big. I think it is also good being contented, but it's also good to take advantage if there's a chance to improve our lifestyle, especially in poverty. If you go in a province, Filipinos just smiling, it's just happy, they're just contented in life. But sometimes it's also bad because they don't want to do anything to improve their lifestyle. But again, it doesn't matter as long as they're happy, maybe. But also good to, as I said, it's also good being contented. At the same time, you're doing something to, you're making an effort to improve your life. But anyway, that's it. I took too much. That's why I'm a vlogger, because I like to talk. Anyway, guys, that's it for today's video, and I hope this is very informative and being helpful to some of you that want to know more about Filipino women. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video for today. And thank you for watching and sticking with me until the end, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! God bless everyone.